Good morning, all. Wanted to take a moment to share with you some thoughts and dialogue around the proposed implementation announcements related to first-time homebuyers yesterday by the current government. There are a few pieces in there. Some are clearly still not understood and still conceptual. But the basic essence is this, is that, first of all, our baseline is this in terms of the marketplace. It's expected annually that we see about 100,000 new home buyers per annum. The government suggests that these changes could spike that number to 140,000 new buyers annually. Now, if that happens to be true, then that's obviously a welcome change and obviously a welcome stimulus to the marketplace. But to give you a recap on some of the things that were outlined in this proposed budget were as simple as this. The RSP cap today for first-time home buyers, as you know, is 25,000. The new changes would allow that to be increased to 35,000. And one of the most interesting items is this home equity plan, as it were, which really just says, listen, if it's a brand new home, we're willing to take a 10% equity position. And we being, of course, the government of Canada. Or number two, if it's an existing home, we'll put in about 5%. Now, I'll save some comment on that in a moment. As far as the allowable loans, this is a bit of a red herring, so we should keep our eye on this. It's for a maximum household income of $120K. Now, that's interesting because the median income for Canadians, according to Stats Canada, is about $70,000. So those are important numbers for two reasons. One, obviously the max is $50,000 above the average. But more importantly, the new proposed implementation suggests that the household can only borrow up to 4 times that amount. So more specifically, if you have a household income of 120K, you can only hold a mortgage of 480, and if you're in that median level of about 70,000, you're really talking about a $280,000 mortgage allowable under this program. Now, it's probably jumping off the sheet at you, but at the end of the day, that is obviously going to be a tough stimulant for great markets like Vancouver and Toronto, because the home values, as we all know, are pretty outreaching. So don't see a lot of material impact there, but certainly in maybe the outlying markets. Now, it's interesting, too, is that, we're not really certain what this is going to have in terms of impacts. We don't even actually know if it's going to be fully implemented in September. But one thing we can agree on is this, or at least I hope we agree on, is at this particular point, we've all had a sluggish start to the first quarter of the year. And we're feeling that in all parts of the sectors, whether it's the capital markets, whether it's retail banking, whether it's the mortgage broker channel. So at this point, any stimulus is absolutely embraced. But in terms of being very narrow on my comment for mortgage brokers, it's a welcomed implementation because as I've been very consistent with over the last 2.5 years, these things tend to create a little bit of confusion. That doesn't mean it's a negative announcement, but every layer that we put on Canadians in terms of their comprehension really just enforces or reinforces how valuable the mortgage broker channel is. We are experts in our field. We deliver an incredible level of knowledge base to Canadians, and they're going to be seeking that out for years to come in the face of these types of things.